Welcome back to the Road to Racing YouTube channel. In today's episode, we take the engine teardown as far as I planned for this stage. We won't be getting into engine internals, at least yet in this build, but we do pull the valve cover and drop the oil pan to get a first real look at the engine's health. After that, we'll wrap up the cleaning process and the part that I've been waiting for. I unbox all the new parts that we're going to be putting on in the next episode. Let's get into it.
First up, let's go ahead and get this thermostat out of the way. Just a couple of 10 mil. Also have this 13 millimeter bolt that has the engine hoisting hook on it. Got to go ahead and get that one and then this one out of the way. Ooh, that is looking nasty, I can't lie. I got a new thermostat housing, another aluminum one. I'll probably put this one in the ultrasonic cleaner just to clean it up, but this is not looking pretty. Also, I'm not sure if this gasket is correct, but it is. I'm surprised it's not leaking, to be honest. Let's get this thermostat out. Oh my. Oh, wow. That was something there. Oh man, splashed myself with coolant in the face. Yeah, that didn't look great. It looks like somebody had pried on there previously. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Super strange. Let's see if we can't wiggle this off. Great. This doesn't look too bad. I'll probably rerun it for now. I was debating about replacing it or not. This one is the plastic one. They make aluminum ones, but I like to stick to OEM. This is in fact an OEM because it has the logo and everything on it. So I'll probably just rerun this. And now for the water pump. Just a couple of 10 mil. I don't like prying on these things just because I don't want to. Now that I've thoroughly covered this place in coolant, I better get on that before it becomes more of a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the coolant plug on the side of the block here. Not everybody knows that that's there, but it's an easy way to drain the coolant. Probably should have done that sooner. Let's go ahead and get the valve cover off. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna have to replace it, but there's a really crappy repair job. It looks in the rear right corner. They're pretty expensive, so that's why I obviously don't want to have to replace this, but if we have to, we have to. It sucked to put this all back together and have it leaking from the valve cover because it's warped or broken. So someone kindly removed the vanity cover, not already on that side, so let's take this thing off. Okay, that's a good sign. We've got all Bosch OEM ignition coils. These look like they have not been replaced since 2004, so that's something. Definitely might be time to get new ones. Oh man. Oh wait, that's replaceable. I thought that was a part of the valve cover. I thought that was broken. Well, it is broken, but gotta admit, I'm a little nervous about this corner here. It did not move at all as I untightened it, so I have a feeling we're gonna be replacing this. To be honest, it looks pretty worn down too anyway, so it might just be a good thing to replace. Let's see if we can't crack this puppy off. Came off easier than I expected. Oh man, dropped that right into the coolant. So these are pretty much hard as a rock, so they were definitely due, but we kind of knew that based on the fact that it was leaking all over. But yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna have to go ahead and replace this. It looks like it's cracked down here on this bottom corner, so it is what it is. Can't win them all. Try and get it better. shot of that, yeah. And as you can see, that's still in there. It looks like they snapped the stud off too on that side, but really crappy job. So I'm pretty happy with the condition of the cams and this head. There's not really any varnish, so it tells me people were properly doing their oil changes, the previous owner that is, and no grooves or anything in the cams. So this engine is pretty healthy, at least on the top end, so I'm pretty excited about that. I went ahead and soaked all the header nuts with some penetration oil and hopefully take them off without taking any studs out. I decided to take the headers off only to make it easier to clean. Suck it up and buy the gasket, and that way we can get it real nice and clean under here. I went ahead and took this vacuum line off. Gotta get these gaskets off here and let these nuts soak, and hopefully they'll come right out. I really jinxed myself. I mean, I don't think I've ever gotten this bad. Usually at least more studs stay in. That's pretty bad. What can you do? Oh, let's go ahead and unroute this slimy O2 sensor. Oh, that is disgusting. That is incredibly disgusting. If anyone was wondering, I am running out of space. It is incredible how small of a workplace I am working in and how much I'm actually able to do in it. Well, this side's looking pretty stripped down now. I'm gonna go ahead and get the AC bracket off. Take whatever that is off. Oh, it looks like take this little bracket off for the wiring, and then maybe this vacuum line that sits in front of the engine, and we'll get to cleaning. Fortunately, they make it hard on you. There's two more 13mm bolts that go this way. Can't get to them without taking the harmonic dampener off with a ratchet, so we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Two hours later.
Oh, that was incredibly painful with that harmonic dampener in the way. But we got the mount off, so let's go ahead and start cleaning this thing up. Before I start cleaning that side, I want to get this vacuum line out of the way, so just two 10mm bolts. Dropped it right into the coolant. Perfect. Now just be careful, you don't want to bend this thing, obviously. Also appears to be a 10mm bolt back here. We can take this little bracket that holds some of the wiring harness in. There we go. That is incredibly dirty. Just wanted to show real quick, I grabbed the engine mount arms and some of the nuts and bolts and put them in my ultrasonic cleaner, so we're going to get a before and after of cleaning these things up. Well, time to clean the chassis. Shout out to my fiance. She helped me out a lot with cleaning this up. It overall looks very, very good. I'm happy with the outcome. There's a few spots like there that didn't come out very well, but, or I shouldn't say very well, just has some leftover. We'll definitely pressure wash this and really take it all the way down to just the chassis at some point, probably the next time we pull this motor, but for now, this is good enough for me. I'm pretty happy with it. Looks super clean. So let's get back to work on the engine. Let's go on to probably my least favorite part about this is we're gonna go ahead and take the oil pan off now. This may or may not be a complete mess. Let's hope it's not. Right now I'm getting the rear main seal out. It has this little metal structure. We just gotta get out the two 13mm bolts and then I think four 10mm bolts, and hopefully it'll clear our engine stand. If not, we might have to just wait till we have it back on the ground before we put the engine back in. Beautiful. There we are. Got the rear main seal out. And it looks like it looks pretty good. I think it was leaking based on how much oil we had in the back, but we're definitely going to go ahead and replace that. There's also a gasket on the back side that's still on the block, and I believe per the manual you're supposed to use a little RTV, and it looks like they did. So we're going to have to try and dig that seal out. But overall, it's not bad condition, but definitely something worth replacing while you're in there. Let's film a short unboxing video real quick. So starting off with Beamer World, let's see what we got in here. So these are the Group N mounts from Beamer World. So they're supposed to be like the BMW Motorsport mounts. They're solid filled, they're not fluid filled. It's a nice blend, or I shouldn't say blend, nice in between for poly and just the OEM mounts. So they're a little bit stiffer, create a little bit more NVH, but not awful like poly mounts. Looks like we have our throttle cable or ASC cable. I do not remember which one this is, but one of them's broken, so we got to replace that. I might have ordered the wrong one now that I'm looking at this. We got a Vanos line. That one was obviously gone. Some stickers. Thermostat, that's important. Clutch delay valve delete. I got the full thing from Beamer World. They sell a all-in-one clutch line, so that'll be nice. Rogue Engineering mounts, or transmission mounts. These are supposed to be sort of along the same lines as the Beamer World engine mounts, so they're not going to be awful in terms of NVH increase, but they should be a little bit stiffer on the drivetrain. New pivot for the clutch, as well as a new spring. Banjo bolts for the Vanos line. And what I actually decided to do, which I'm not going to pull it out, I'm going electric fan on this, just future-proofing it. I know my plans for this engine, or sorry, this engine bay, and this will be necessary, so I decided to just pull the trigger. And then of course we got the Haribo gummy bears that Beamer World likes to include. So that's box one from Beamer World. I think I got everything in there. If you're wondering what's in box one, let's go through it real quick. Got a thermostat, OEM one from Male. Some stickers, of course the Haribo gummy bears that Beamer World likes to send. We got Rogue Engineering transmission mounts, so these are supposed to be a little bit more like OEM Plus in terms of feel. So they're not poly mounts, but they're not the OEM stock mounts. I'll get into why I chose these in a second. I guess we can go right next to that. So these are the Group N mounts, or Beamer World's version of them. So they're not fluid filled, they're solid rubber mounts that BMW Motorsport used to race or will make. They used to be incredibly expensive though. So Beamer World has their own solution. They're supposed to be a good in-between between poly mounts and the OEM. So it's a bit better in performance, but it's not going to increase your NVH by an incredible amount. So that's why I paired them with these Rogue Engineering ones. They're supposed to be similar in terms of durometer rating, so hopefully these pair really nicely with the car. Next we got throttle cable, which I believe might be the wrong one. We'll have to see and check. I might have to send this back or just replace it anyways. Vanos line, Vanos banjo bolts, and I decided to go with Beamer World's all-in-one clutch delay valve delete clutch line. So just the full size thing, just give a better feel to the clutch pedal, as well as a pivot spring. And then as you can tell in the back, we actually are going electric fan on this, sort of future-proofing it. I know what the plans I have for this car, so we'll need this in the future, and I decided to just go for it. So to quickly go through this box, looks like we have a lot. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's even worth going through. So basically in this box, we have everything from all of our power steering lines to a complete comprehensive water line kit, as well as any of the tensioners and belts and pulleys that we need to get all the accessories good and sorted. So it's pretty much all associated with the cooling system, the power steering system, and any of the accessories. So I'm not going to go through them all, but you get the gist. Almost forgot. Bottom end gasket kit, so that'll be nice. Luckily the bend is not on the oil pan gasket, which has happened before and sucks. So this is probably the most fun item that I purchased. I got a lightweight flywheel, JB Racing I believe it is, and then a Sachs sort of OEM sprung hub clutch kit, throwout bearing, and all the good accessories. So yeah, we're going lightweight flywheel on this. I'm excited to try it out. I have not driven a car with a lightweight flywheel before, so this will be a new experience. This is sort of one of those pushing the OEM Plus items, so I wouldn't really consider this an OEM Plus item. It's more of a performance, but I've always wanted to try it, and I think it'll liven up this engine to make it a little bit more fun. So excited to try it. So what do we even have in here? I think this is transmission fluid for a transmission flush, alternator cooling hose, air filter, miscellaneous gaskets, including new exhaust nuts. Those don't look right, so that'll be interesting to figure out. As well as some drain plugs for the transmission, a couple of fasteners that broke when we took the car apart. And there, I believe this is for the intake. I believe this is the pilot bearing. I don't actually know what this is. Some vacuum line, oil change kit. Oh, PCV kit. Decided to just go ahead and replace it. That's a pain in the butt to do when it's in the car, so might as well just go ahead and get that out of the way. Oh, and for the throwout bearing, the guide tube. So as you can see, I let scope creep really creep on this and went full throttle.
Thanks for watching this episode of Project Dakar. In the next episode, we finally get to the fun part and start reassembling everything. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.